much later. Oh. Oh.
Darius warned them at the time. It wasn't until they returned home that they discovered what they had captured.
Where was it?
Darius warned them at the time. It wasn't.
I do like this opening.
We were messing around with my sister's camera and we just found something. Like, it's weird.
What is it? Does the... Oh, I'm stupid. I'm using the fuck keyboard.
Okay.
It's a normal Tuesday in October, around 6 p.m., when a young girl takes out her camera to record her new toy collection and talk about her day. What happens next is
Oh!
downright chilling.
Is that a Raggedy Ann? Isn't that...
Hey guys, today I'm going to show you my Skibbity toilet collection that I just got today. We went to a toy store and they had all of these things like Exterminating.
No, you don't. You don't do that. You don't fucking do that.
Little action figures, this big Skibbity toilet, and this one. And then I saw my friend the other day, and we went on a walk.
These always make me a little uncomfortable. I don't want to watch kids. They're disgusting.
And I'm having a walk with her.
What? Hey. You doing that? Kitty cat, kitty cat.
The little girl looks up and seems frozen in fear as she stares at something that we can't see. She stares motionless for over 20 seconds and then gets up and hurries out of the room. The camera continues to record and captures something that seems to follow her. Later, the little girl's older sister, Charity Lewis, is looking through the camera's footage and finds this strange recording completely by accident. Charity shares the clip on Instagram and says that before viewing this video, she had no idea that her little sister had experienced anything strange. To this day, the recording remains a mystery.
Yeah, that wasn't like a flag either.
An urban explorer checks out a group of small abandoned buildings
There
in the
wasn't a
middle of
second,
nowhere,
like,
deep in the woods of
lib.
Poland. Eventually, it gets too dark to explore, and he decides to leave. But hanging around till after dark seems to have been a terrible mistake.
You gonna point the camera at it or? Wait. Oi!
Someone can be seen chasing the now panicking urban explorer, and whoever it is seems to have come from right off the goddamn roof. The urban explorer runs off into the woods to escape, but whoever this strange person is now seems to be following him.
Are you fucking dumb? Like, you can have a gun. Not the guy running away, like, the guy following him. Like, he can just shoot you. I don't know, man. This kind of thing is just kind of crazy to watch in America where, like, a lot of people have guns.
Thankfully, the urban explorer makes it home safe and shares his footage on YouTube. A curious viewer points out just how pale the unknown stranger seems to be. Another viewer claims that they too have visited the abandoned buildings and that they also saw this same creepy man. Either way, this strange guy swooping down from the roof to chase the urban explorer away is truly creepy, and it seems like something right out of a horror movie.
I mean, probably guy's squatting there just doesn't want people to fuck around with his place. Wants to scare him off, but dude can have a gun. Like, what?
Cave Crisis.
Fucking crazy
Alex
fuckers.
Cantrell from the YouTube channel Underground Explorers is invited to explore a cave on his friend's
Again, the
ranch
guy
in
being chased
Texas.
can have a gun.
But the cave is partially submerged in water, making it very difficult to enter and explore. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say that this video is not exactly anything paranormal, but it is very scary and 100% real.
Well,
It's
this
especially
last
scary
one
if
wasn't,
you're even the
probably
slightest
wasn't
bit
anything paranormal.
claustrophobic. Now, in accordance with YouTube guidelines, I want to stress, no one was seriously injured in this video. The following footage was recorded by a professional cave diver. Do not attempt to do this yourself. Alright,
There it is, kids
so
at home.
Alex
No,
is
don't
joined
do
by a
that.
few of his friends as they begin to explore the frightfully small cave.
Alright, who's got the oxygen meter? I don't see that. Look at this. We got an oxygen meter now? So people won't be mad at me? So what all does that show? Carbon monoxide?
Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, hydrogen sulfide, and low oxygen.
Cool.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
So
We got the action adventure twins here helping us out. Because you guys were like, Matt, check the oxygen. Oh, danger levels,
breathe
huh?
on it a little bit.
Danger,
Danger,
danger.
danger.
And it's waterproof?
It is, but I don't think
better
it's
be.
gonna work too well if like the little intake
Yeah,
gets
that
clogged
makes
with
sense.
water.
It's gonna be hard to keep that thing out of the water.
Alright guys, we have made it out to the cave that's on the demo.
You don't want to do this on like this in the
Great.
summer.
Is it beeping already?
I've done like,
dunked it underwater.
I told you.
So
I've gone exploring in places like this before.
gonna give us the accurate.
Probably not our
Or the entire cave has bad air.
It might.
Get into it!
Already the air difference. A lot further. We're not even close.
I wonder if it is, like, if someone is actually gonna get, injured. But he saves himself and no one was injured in this. And like, oh,
As
it's
they
just
work their way
pretend.
deeper and deeper into the cave, the passageway becomes smaller and more claustrophobic. Eventually, there is barely even room to breathe above the murky water. This is when the exploration goes horribly wrong.
This is where we're at right now.
I love that they're saying this is intense.
Yeah.
That makes me
heard
feel,
that yet.
that makes me feel
It's a
good.
person that
'cause
come out of the
I'm
water.
scared in here, and I'm like, what if these guys just come in and they're like, oh, this is a piece of cake. Let's climb it.
No, this is a little rough.
Yeah.
I feel a rope on my foot. So much water in my ears.
Yeah, same. Oh man.
Water in my eyes. Snorkel would be nice right about now. Yeah.
I got so much water in my nose.
Good times.
He gets pulled under.
Yeah, don't look for him.
Does it really go further? Is he under?
Oh, hell no, I'm not doing that.
I can just barely hear right here.
So loud.
This is the waiting
Hello,
area.
cave diver Jacob, are you okay?
I'm glad I
Oh, he just bailed.
Did he fucking tap him? What was it?
Alex's friend and fellow cave explorer Jacob is a little further ahead in a part of the cave that is so submerged that there's barely room to breathe. As he ducks under the murky water, Jacob becomes confused and panics, breathing in a mouthful of the dirty water. In a terrified frenzy, he tries to back out of the cave as fast as he can, but he slams into Alex, dragging him underwater too.
Professional, like,
Luckily, the two guys make it out
exploration
safely, with only a few scratches to remind them of the terrifying incident. This video once again goes to show that sometimes people, even your own friends, can be much scarier and more dangerous than anything paranormal.
That's
And
not
I don't know
true.
about you, but just watching them in that cramped little tunnel gave me the heebie-jeebies. Now, you can watch this entire exciting cave exploration and many more
I don't know,
over on
man,
the
like-
YouTube channel, Underground Explorers.
If you have an
Knock,
acute
knock.
fear of the unknown, that is
Late one night, a
entirely
group
not
of friends
true.
decide to film themselves taking a spooky dare at a local school that
What
is
an
said
ass
to be
on
haunted.
bras?
The story goes that if you go around to the back of the school and knock on the nurse's office door, someone or something will knock back.
Go. Just knock on it. Knock. No, go.
Yeah, piss it off real good.
Knock harder. Let him know.
Yeah, piss it off real good. Yeah.
A sudden loud scream sends the girls running in terror.
Let him.
Now, unfortunately, the original creator of this video has basically disappeared off the internet. So for now, whatever happened
Next
next
hour.
remains a mystery. The thing in the tunnel. Nuke's
Oh,
Top
these are
5
always
viewer
horrifying.
Sophie reached out to us about a very creepy video that her friend Laura recorded in an abandoned railway tunnel in Hassel, Germany. The tunnel was built in 1890 and it was used extensively by German troops during World War II. So, while on a weekend trip, Laura checks out the historic old abandoned rail tunnel. She's recording with her phone when she captures what is maybe one of the weirdest clips I've ever seen. Check it out.
What the fuck?
Something pale and thin can be seen rising up from the tracks in front of Laura on what
What the
looks
heck,
like
man?
a thin little arm. As for Laura, she gets one look at the disturbing thing and just turns and makes a run for it. Now, watching this clip over and over, I honestly have no idea what this is. It looks like maybe a hairless torso with two skinny arms, getting up in a very unnatural way. Maybe it's an animal, maybe it's a very weird looking person. I just don't know. So you tell me what you think this is down in the comments. Open house. Reddit user / realtor Sandra is recording a tour of a 1960s bungalow-style home to show prospective buyers.
Bungalow.
Sandra's filming at night in order to showcase the house's interior lighting. But it's starting to get a bit late at the creepy little cottage, and things are about to get weird.
It was built in the 1970s, so clearly 1,000
Wow,
people.
it's 10
died.
p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this beautiful vintage
A natural
1962.
causes. I think I've seen this one. I don't remember what happened, but it happened on your part. Although, it might have been a separate video I saw. Just if it played out a similar way.
Wow, it's 10 p.m. and my day was fully booked with showings of this vintage 1963 bungalow.
Vintage.
Go ahead, do it again. You're on camera. Open this door.
Good job. Do it. Pussy bitch. Wait, she just starts like insulting it.
Go ahead, open this door. Open this door like you did the other one.
Starts insulting it, and then I just pulls her down to the basement. Like, terrible activity. I need to watch those movies again. Those were a lot of fun.
Come on, just move the glass or something.
I don't know if I saw the. No. I think I saw it. I don't know if I saw the 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th. The 28th ones. I remember losing a lot of interest in the things after.
Go ahead, do it again. I'm not scared.
Funny stuff anymore. Shoot. Pull her back in, pull her back in, pull her back in, pull her back in.
The
Come on.
door suddenly swings open on its own, and Sandra
Oh, thank
is
you.
spooked.
Didn't see that.
She gathers her courage and rushes out to see what's going on. A glass of water sitting on top
I
of the
love
fireplace
Sandra.
shifts
Send this
and
video.
slowly moves as if it's being pushed by some invisible force. But things get even crazier as a smoke detector suddenly starts to beep before crashing violently to the floor. With that, Sandra has had enough and just gets out of there. But there's also something else that is very creepy in this video. Something that only a few viewers even notice. So again I ask, did you see it?
The woman has
Right
the
before the
demon
door
eyes.
moves, a face in the picture right beside Sandra seems to slowly darken. And then the
Oy.
creepy little shadow fades away just as the door swings open. Sandra says that she's experienced several unexplained paranormal events in this home, but this was the first time that she finally captured it on camera.
Yeah, she's still
Ride
trying to
of
sell
a
it,
lifetime.
bitch.
Gustavo Alacaraz from Mazatlan, Mexico is celebrating his
I
10th
guess
birthday
that's
with his
okay.
family in a small amusement park. After gathering his courage, the young boy goes on a roller coaster for the very first time. A total of 8 people get on the roller coaster, all Gustavo's family. His proud mother sits in the front and records a video of Gustavo's first roller coaster ride. But her camera catches something that Gustavo and his family simply can't explain. Something
Oh, he was
truly
in midair.
chilling.
Just fine. Oh, Gustavo's uncle was gone.
Honey.
Ray. This is really scary. The ghost just walks over and
Sí, son 5 o 6 vueltas.
He looks back at the dark figure, the dark figure just suffering He's coming for you. Look out, he's coming. He's coming! You know what? I know why. I'm just thinking these horrible. Whoa! Okay, that's what they want. Thinking these fucked up things. He looks a lot like a kid. This movie I saw in Spanish class when I was a teenager. And it was like a mom who got separated by her kid when she got. Oh, she got deported. I don't remember. I hated. The movie was not good though, and I hated it. And just like, I would have rather had class. I would have rather like learned things than watch the movie because it was just that bad. But at least I remember hating it. I don't know. I don't know if it's fair to say it was bad, but I remember hating it.
You see, none of Gustavo's family got in the last cart on the roller coaster, and it's empty for most of the ride. But during the second lap, someone or something seems to appear out of thin air.
And
the figure is hardly noticeable at first, but then it seems to transform into a solid person, seemingly wearing all black and sitting all alone. Now, the roller coaster has not stopped a single time to allow for a person to get on or
the
off.
end of the movie.
So just who or what is this?
The end of the movie, like,
now,
she
what
sees
makes
her
this capture
child,
even
she sees
creepier
the
is
son
that
that she
years
got,
ago, two people lost their lives on a larger roller coaster that stood on the same land. After the tragic accident, that roller coaster was condemned and dismantled. It was replaced by this smaller, safer, family-friendly ride. So could this be the spirit of one of the victims of the older roller coaster accident? Are they doomed to loop this track over and over?
Like
Let
he's
me know
standing
what
on a
you think.
crosswalk, so I just imagine a bunch just goes
meow. A group of friends at a high school in Japan hear crying coming from the restroom during their lunch break. Now in Japan, there's a famous legend of a girl named Hanako-san. This young girl's spirit is said to haunt restrooms in schools across Japan. The group moves in, all of them a bit hesitant to investigate the source of the creepy sound. Needless to say, it did not go well.
Western style clothes. How do you even do it like that? Like, oh my god!
The girls are just about to leave until they suddenly hear a loud bang and go back for a look. The horrifying, distorted face of a young girl can be seen inside one of the restroom stalls. The group runs in fear, and the video cuts. Now, unfortunately, there's no source to be found for this video. It appeared on the internet as mysteriously as the Japanese legend. So did the girls capture evidence of Hanako-san? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
I mean, it kind of looks like a distorted version of what the main
Jason
girl's
Barber
face,
from
right?
Salisbury, North Carolina comes home from work
Well, like,
and
just could
gets
have
the
been Photoshopped.
unexpected scare of a lifetime.
kitty cat. This is a scary ghost snake. Ignoring a baby. This is my house now.
A big angry snake is hiding around the edges of Jason's front door and lunges out in an attempt to bite him. Luckily for Jason, the bite was a miss and the snake is actually a non-poisonous black rat snake. But something to be learned from this. If you walk up and your cat is just staring at the door and meowing for no reason, maybe take a closer look before you just head in.
Okay, hey, don't do that. Watch out, snake!
In another clip, a man and woman have a similar scary encounter. The couple pulls out an old step stool and is shocked to find a large snake hiding under a box right in front of it. They make a run for it with their puppy following close behind. But the puppy is not gonna let the snake have his toy. So he just runs back in and yoinks it away. Snake or not, nothing is getting his favorite toy. While you are sleeping, it's 3 in the morning in Erie, Pennsylvania, and Jorge Cruz and his family are all fast asleep in bed. Suddenly, their bedroom door slams shut. Now, Jorge is woken up by the sound, but doesn't think much of it and goes back to sleep. But the next day, he begins to wonder what could have caused the door to slam. He checks their baby monitor footage, and what he finds makes his blood run cold.
The baby's gonna rise. I don't like that. My baby is possessed. Don't get in holy water now.
Loud banging can be heard before the bedroom door slams shut. Then a dark shadow-like figure can be seen creeping up the bottom of the baby's crib, seemingly watching the child sleep. The dark mass seems to reach over toward the child, even moving around a stuffed animal. Then it simply disappears into thin air. Jorge says that he feels the entity might be a dark presence in his home. So did the family capture a paranormal entity on camera? Let me know what you think. Apartment tour gone wrong. A realtor from Ladson, South Carolina is giving a tour of a brand new luxury apartment to an interested couple. Then it goes terribly wrong.
So this is the oval. Yeah, that would help me actually. Yeah. Is that closet?
That's washer dryer hookups.
Yeah. Cool. Oh, sorry, I kicked you. Like, there's a person in there. There's a person in there? Hello?
It's okay. The woman touring the apartment heads alone into the back bedroom and checks out the closet. But
yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he's got the
there's
Under
just
Armour.
some weird dude hiding in there.
Yeah, he's got the Under Armour
Understandably, she
thing on
kind
too. I
of
was not
freaks
about
out
to buy it if
and
that
runs
was
out
a
of the
ghost.
room and warns the others. The realtor is shocked And after checking out the bedroom herself, she just says, okay, we're gonna go.
There's a person in there. There's a person in there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm sorry, he was dead. If you're gonna move in there, right? Like, this is a dead body.
It bears repeating that these are brand new luxury apartments in a guarded community, so it seems odd that a squatter could even get in there. But what would you do if you were touring an apartment and a guy just popped out of the closet?
I didn't think he popped out.
Away in the countryside of
stayed in.
Chillicothe, Ohio, is the Schrader Road Tunnel. Built underneath a set of railroad tracks in 1927, the old road tunnel is said to be extremely haunted. The story goes that long ago, a woman was carrying her baby while walking along the train tracks late at night. The two were hit by an oncoming train. It is said that her ghost and the ghost of her baby haunt the Schrader Road Tunnel. Many people who have traveled through the tunnel report that they have seen the ghostly figure of a woman holding her baby. Others report hearing odd, unexplained wails and moans. Because of this, locals started referring to the Schrader Tunnel by a very different and much creepier name, the Crybaby Tunnel. So, Levi Woodruff is intrigued by the spooky stories and sets out to explore the Crybaby Tunnel late one night. As you might imagine, it did not go well.
So I've been down in here in a place called Crybaby's Tunnel. It's a place that's local around my area. And they say she got hit on the tracks with her baby, or her body was dumped right there in the creek down here. There's something dead right there. Bro, there's something dead right there.
That's the baby.
It's a dead deer.
Oh.
It's a dead deer. I've been out here forever trying to get stuff done. This place is spooky. Is anybody out there?
Isn't it like a girl in a red dress or something?
Hello? Right.
That crying is a warning. You need to get out now.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
In the pitch black darkness of the tunnel with nothing but a flashlight, Levi suddenly hears the disturbing cries of a baby. Familiar with the spooky stories about the tunnel, Levi makes a run for it. So could these cries belong to the spirit of the baby that tragically passed away at the creepy old railroad tunnel? And is the ghost of the baby's mother also inside, just waiting for someone to come in?
Oh, hell no.
No, the mom is probably not trying to trap
In a
people.
flash,
Man, that makes so clear through that bitch. You are that bitch. That's your ass. Hey, man, what you do?
sometimes a very silly moment turns scary in an instant. Two guys are just goofing around, but then, like a bolt out of the blue, fun time is over.
I want to do some pranks on people, boy. Pick it up.
A sudden, very close lightning strike rips through the clouds and scares the living out of them, sending them running inside in terror.
Pick it up.
Oh, I guess it's probably a gunshot.
Isabel Riley recently told a very creepy story online and followed it up with one of the creepiest pictures you'll ever see.
I need to tell you guys
when I
about
was a
the most
teenager, I don't know
insane
why I'm
evidence
saying so
that
many
I have
teenager
ever
stories
seen
today.
of a ghost existing.
When I was a
Backstory. I was
teenager,
at a
I was
company
riding my bike.
get-together
When I
with
rode
my
my bike to a
CEOs,
thunderstorm with my
my
best friend
coworkers,
John,
and one of the
and
owners of the
maybe
company.
my other best friend Matt.
All looked at us and was like, "Hey, you
And
guys
I
want
think it was
to see
just
a
me
ghost
and John.
picture?"
But
Immediately, yes. He begins to
we're
tell us
riding
that he was in New Orleans
in
at
a
a restaurant
thunderstorm,
called
and then
Antoine's.
we're running
New
down the
Orleans,
road,
first of
and
all,
like this
super
tree
haunted
in front
city.
of us just
If you know, you know.
exploded.
Antoine's is one of the
And
oldest
lightning
restaurants in the city.
exploded.
One of the oldest restaurants, I believe, in
I
America.
think it was still the loudest
It
thing I've
has
ever
a
heard
lot
to
of
date.
history. It used to be a jail.
And I'm still not
It
scared
is a really well-established place, has been around forever. So he's dining at this restaurant and he is offered a tour of the wine cellar. The wine cellar is
Thank you.
huge, has thousands.
It's not scary. What?
I'm going to tell you the story on how I went to bed at 26. Yes, I'm going to embarrass myself for views. So it all started with me having a dream. And I was looking outside my window at a burning fire. And I thought to myself, that fire's pretty far away. I'm sure it's not going to get any closer. Boy, was I wrong. Because a few seconds later, a firefighter comes running in.
Absolutely. It's a super cute art style, but I'm almost fine with you doing the animations, like,
to the
aesthetically.
door, screaming that we had to evacuate immediately. And as
You know what? It wasn't even that like keyed me off. It's just the way she's telling the story, the way that she's
leaving
talking.
the house, I had the urge to go to the bathroom. And I only had two options: run back into the house or pee in a bush. And for some reason, I ran back into the house, thinking that I was going to make it to the bathroom. And I didn't. So basically, I'm in a burning house and my pants are wet. Lucky for me, this was only a dream, right? No, because when I woke up, my pants were wet. And I had to explain to my husband why I wet the bed. I'm going to tell you the story on how I wet the bed at 26. Yeah.
Even that part right there, that was very. I don't know, man. I know storytime YouTubers are like a thing. The only one I ever like really got into. I even got into. Oh, I like her. I don't know too much about her other than that's not my neighbor. Oh, not super active, huh? That's unfortunate. I like her. Alright, we're gonna do. Let's do this.
If you Google New York City subway, all the top stories are immediately the most horrific, ridiculous, or insane headlines about people going through absolute hell, in what is supposed to be one of the most popular forms of travel in the city. So what on earth is happening in the United States right now, man? Not long ago, a person was set on fire and ignored. Before then, New York City hired a rat czar to deal with the insane vermin issues plaguing the area. And there's entire accounts and channels dedicated to uploading the type of people or weirdos turning up to ride the underground. But it's not just the subway. New York City as a place has become a meme itself. It has become widely known as a place of crazy chaos, a place where anything and everything can and will happen, despite its glamorous depictions elsewhere. Perhaps it foreshadows the idea that America is losing its status as a developed country, and it's consistently heading toward more issues with poverty, healthcare, and a lack of direction. The memes reflect an idea that the people don't feel like they're being looked after in America, and are increasingly finding themselves lost in a strange promise of the greatest country in the world losing its luster. Not to mention the subway system is over 100 years old and has barely been touched. It's extremely rare for new infrastructure to be built or renovated when it comes to the subway, which it seems like it sorely needs. It is said that if a place is left dirty, then people will be more likely to abuse it, so perhaps a renovation, or at the very least a higher rate of funding, for the transport system is what could help prevent the need for a constant increased police presence. The fact that the subway has essentially become a place of curiosity, rather than a purely functional system, means that great change is needed, and it would appear that the memes covering the strangeness of it all would be supporting this idea. That being said, New York City is still extremely...
I've been having crazy deja vu lately. I just had deja vu about that guy doing cheating the sensor on the turnstile.
safe as a place for people to visit. Yes, there is crime there, but should you keep your wits about you, you should be just fine, just like any other international city. In short, the glitz and glamour of New York City has been marred by the existence of the increasingly strange happenings within its subway system, and the Big Apple appears to be becoming more and more dog-eat-dog as it desperately needs a revamp. What meme would you guys like me to give a lesson in next? Let me know in the comments below.
Like and subscribe.
I like him. He's fun. I like the black woman with the giant rat. She looks like a cutie. I'm gonna kill everybody. She looks like a cutie. I'm not just focusing on her ass. I swear. Let me restart the video because it'll only be listed as a what? Um, anyway, it'll only be categorized as a scary video, or scary YouTube video, if I just switch over the name. Update all, world. Pokemon. Whoa.